Welcome everybody to another edition of Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, Money E, aka Eric, and this is week 8 NFL predictions and picks. My brother is not with us today. He'll be back next week. It's just me. So, and maybe Clinic will be here next week too. We'll see. So let's review last week. I went 4-4 in week 7. So I'm 31-17 on the season. Brother went 4-4 too. He's 28-20 on the season. And Clarence went 5-3. He's 10-6 on the season, but he's only been on 2 shows, so he's 10-6, 5-3, both week 1 and week 7. 2 shows he's been on. So, and let's talk about last week. What was the games last week? Last week's show. Week 7. Oh, Broncos and Saints. There's not much to talk about that. That was a big L for the 3 of us. We all picked the Saints. Our best bets didn't hit in those. Especially me and Cliff. We both had AK 41 going off, but he didn't go off. And Chris had the Saints money line last week. And so yeah, let's talk about the next game. Eagles and Giants. Eagles win 28-3. Dominant performance. It started off slow. I didn't get to watch the game, but 28-3, dominant performance. Barkley got a touchdown, over 170 yards. Came back to the Meadowlands, first time since he became an Eagle. So he put on a show for his old team. And yeah, not much to say about that. Eagles win 2 in a row. Travel to Cincinnati this week. Talk about that later. Texans and Packers. What a great game. Packers win 22-21. No, 22-21. 20, no, what was it? Yeah, 22-21. I believe. Hold on. Yeah. Packers win with a late field goal, 22-21. CJ Stroud didn't have a good game. He had under 100 yards. It was still missing show for Texans. Packers should have probably won by double digits. There were some turnovers from Jordan Love that got Texans into position to score touchdowns. So Texans didn't play that great, but it was a good game overall. Packers win to improve to 5-2, and the Texans are 5-2 themselves. Next game, Lions and Vikings. This lived up to the hype. Lions won 31-29 to end Vikings' undefeated season at 6-0. The Vikings are now 5-1. The Lions are 5-1 too. Tied for first place, but they have a tiebreaker, so they're in first place. Yeah, this was a good game. I didn't catch this game either. But from what I saw, the highlights, it was a good game. Both teams played well. It was back and forth. Lions are legit. The Vikings, we'll see. They play tonight, so we'll see about that. The Chiefs and Niners, the game I did watch. Oh my God. I had the Niners. My brother had the Niners, and Clinton had the Chiefs. And Chiefs won 28-18. What a performance by the Chiefs. They find a way to win again. The Niners, without 3 of the receivers, Jennings was already out. The Samuel played, but he didn't play because he was sick. And then Brandon, I forgot his last name, but he got injured, a serious injury. It was an ugly injury. He's out for the season most likely. I don't know if they announced his injury. I'm assuming it's an ankle or something like that. Benning, I can't pronounce his name. But yeah, he got injured, so the Niners are in trouble. I've said it for 2 years. I don't think Brad Purdy is good. I watched him. He missed a lot of throws, but granted, he didn't have his three receivers, but he had George Kittle. So George Kittle is probably going to be a top receiver for the Niners going forward. But Samuel should be back this week. He was sick, so he should be back this week against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. We'll get to that game. And the Jets and Steelers on Sunday Night Football. What a disaster. What a shit show for the Jets. All this hype about Devontae Adams going to the Jets, blah, 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 reuniting with Aaron Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I mean, I had the Steelers, but I bet on the Jets. But I still had the Steelers on the show. But I bet on the Jets just because I think because of I think money was coming on the Steelers, so I did the opposite of what I did on the show. So just in case, sometimes I do that. I do the opposite of what I did do on the show because you never know. I thought that was a toss-up game, so I bet on the Jets in the same game parlay, so it didn't matter. Yeah, the Jets are a disaster. Aaron Rodgers looks old. Russell Wilson's first game as a Steeler, he outplayed Aaron Rodgers. He looked off his game in the first half, but the second half he found his Steelers after the Jets took a 15-9 lead. Was it 15-9? Yeah, 15-6 lead. The Steelers scored 31 unanswered points to win 37-15. The Jets weren't the same after Aaron Rodgers threw his first interception, and he threw two interceptions to the same guy. One was almost taken back for a pick six. Steelers scored 31 unanswered points. It was a disaster performance by Aaron Rodgers, and Devontae Adams didn't do anything. He had 3 catches. Didn't live up to the hype. The hype was overhyped by the media. And Chris Collinsworth kept hyping, Devontae Adams staying with Aaron Rodgers in his house. Blah, blah, blah. It was all hype. The Jets are done. The Jets are 2-5. I feel sorry for Jets fans because they had to watch a disaster of a performance. Pitiful performance. They play the Patriots this week. They should win, but who knows? Aaron Rodgers is apparently injured. He missed a couple practices this week. I don't know if Devontae Adams is even happy now as a Jet. He goes from one two-win team to another 2-win team. So he wanted to get traded so bad that he gets traded to another bad team. The Jets are finished. They're done. I would be surprised if they win 7 games. Could they turn it around? Sure, but I don't see it happening. They're a disaster. They're just pitiful. The Jets are pitiful. Even Jets fans think they're pitiful. I watched a couple of Jets videos of fans. They even know that it's over. There's no hope for the Jets this year. And Aaron Rodgers will probably be retiring. Aaron Rodgers needs to retire. I was a big Aaron Rodgers fan, but he needs to retire. He's done. He's washed. I'm sorry, he's washed. And Devontae Adams is not the same player he was either. You build around. They should have drafted a quarterback for insurance, knowing that Aaron Rodgers is coming off a serious injury, but they didn't. They put their eggs all in one basket with Aaron Rodgers, and then trading for Devontae Adams and firing Salah. So yeah, what a disaster performance by the Jets. The Steelers, not taking anything away from the Steelers. Steelers played good. Russell Wilson played good enough. I think he's good enough for the Steelers in that offense. But they like to run the ball. Mike Tomlin is an underrated coach. I won't be betting against them, especially at home as an underdog. Yeah, the Steelers are legit. Steelers are legit. Um, Monday night, Ravens and Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers were in this game until they got injuries. Mike Evans got injured. He re-injured his hamstring. I had his first touchdown, so at least I cashed on that. I had 2 touchdowns for him, but then he got injured. He almost caught another touchdown, which I would have cashed for 2 touchdowns. But he got injured on the play. So, and then Chris Gibbons got injured too. He had an accident injury himself, an ugly injury himself. I think he's out for the season too. I don't know the guy from Niners is out for the season, but I know I got that messed up. Chris Gibbons got injured on a nasty play. They didn't show the replay, but yeah, he got injured. It was a nasty ankle injury or whatever. So he's likely out for the season. And then Tampa Bay didn't have Mike Evans. So they lost their 2 best receivers. I don't know how long Mike Evans is going to be out, but Tampa Bay might be in trouble now. And Baker had 2 interceptions. And the Ravens played well. Defense almost let them back in the game. I don't think the Ravens defense is that good, especially in the fourth quarter. They always let the teams back in the game. They did it to the Raiders. They did it to the Cowboys. They almost did it to the Steelers. Not Steelers, Tampa Bay. But they improved to 5-2. Tampa Bay is 4-3. They host the Falcons in a critical matchup for the NFC South. But the Falcons already beat them, so they need to win this week. Oh, the Jets is 2-5. The Steelers are 5-2 now. And the Chargers and Cardinals, I didn't watch this game because it was on ESPN Plus, so not much to say about that. Chargers won. No, Cardinals won 17-15 in late field goal. Chargers didn't have a touchdown. Pissed me off because I had Justin Herbert 1 passing touchdown, same game parlay, which I would have hit, but that's not here or there. So that wraps up the week 7 picks that we had. Now to week 8. First pick tonight: Vikings and Rams. 5-1 Vikings travel to 2-4 Rams. Cooper Kupp is coming back. I don't know how much he's going to play. I don't know how much he's going to be effective. Or is he going to just be a decoy? I don't know what the Rams' plan is for him. But I have the Vikings winning. My brother has the Rams winning. Best bet for this I will show later. But yeah, I have the Vikings winning. I think the Vikings bounce back in a critical matchup. They need to stay with the Lions for first place, so I think they win. Next game, Eagles and Bengals. I think this is a trap game for the Eagles, coming off 2 wins after the bye. I think they lose here. The Bengals want to get back to 500. It's on the road. The Eagles will be 4-3 after this week. And my brother has the Bengals too. So probably for the same reasons. And I think it's a trap spot before going back home to play Doug Peterson in Jacksonville, unless Peterson's fired before that. But Jacksonville was on bye, so is he going to get fired? I think he would have been already. But yeah, they host Jacksonville next week. Doug Peterson's first return back, I think. I forget. But yeah, I have the Bengals winning. Next game, Colts and Texans, divisional matchup. 5-2 Texans versus the 4-3 Colts. I have the Texans winning. My brother has the Texans winning. I think Texans bounce back here, back at home to extend that lead in the South, AFC South. But I think they should run away with the division, but who knows? Yeah, I think CJ bounces back here. I think Joe Mixon has a good game. I think they bounce back and I think they win by double digits here. But we'll see. Next game. This might be a shorter show because my brother, I'm by myself. So Falcons and Bucks, as I said earlier, critical matchup because Falcons win. They win this season matchup and have a tiebreaker. It's going to come down to these two teams for the division. It depends on if the Falcons are not that great to run away with it. The Saints might bounce back and get in the race again because the Buccaneers lost two of their best receivers unless they trade for somebody. I think the deadline is on Tuesday. So who knows? Who knows what they will do? I think the Falcons win here. My brother has the Bucks. Probably because everybody's gonna be on the Falcons. So next game, Bills and Seahawks. It's a good matchup. I think the Bills win here. And they go into Seattle and win. My brother has the Seahawks. I have the Bills. Over under 47.5. Money line plus 144. And the Bills are 3-point favorites. I should have said that with other games. But yeah. I think the Bills go in there and win and send their lead in the division at 6-2. Next game, Bears and Commanders. Who would have thought these two teams would have both have winning records in the beginning of the season? I have the Commanders. My brother has the Bears. The Bears are favorites at minus 2.5. Commanders are plus 120 on the money line. I think Darren Daniels is going to miss this game, but I think it's going to be on the Bears because of that. And so I'm going to pick the Commanders at home dog. They extend their lead to 6-2. We'll have a 2-game lead on the Eagles. So, but I could see the Bears winning. This is a toss-up game for me. I think the Bills game is a toss-up too. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I think the Bills game is a toss-up game too because the Seahawks are actually good. And I think they can win the West with the Niners having so many injuries. Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys coming off a bye. 3-3, traveling to the Niners, who are 3-4. These two teams are suffering. Niners are suffering with injuries. The Cowboys are just Cowboys. Sunday Night Football, the Niners own the Cowboys the last couple of years. My brother has the Cowboys. I have the Niners. I think the Niners get it together. They need to get back to 500. At 4-4, stay in the race in the West. So yeah, I don't see the Cowboys winning here, but who knows what Cowboys team will show up? Who knows what Niners team shows up? I hate them both. So, but Giants and Steelers. Steelers are 5-2, 6.5 point favorites. Giants are plus 240 on the money line. My brother has the Giants. I have the Steelers. Yeah, I see the Steelers dominate here again, and they win. I don't think the Giants are good. So, and we saw that last week. It's funny that the Steelers are playing back-to-back the New York teams, and then the Giants play the back-to-back Pennsylvania team. So, I think that's funny. And our MVPs of Week 8, we both have Lamar Jackson. I don't think it's a question who was MVP last week of all the games with Lamar Jackson. 5 touchdown passes. Put on a show. I couldn't think of anybody else besides Lamar Jackson. Power rankings from last week. Let's recap that. My brothers was Ravens, Chiefs, Texans, Lions, and Vikings. That was Cliniff's. This was mine. Vikings, Chiefs, Texans, Lions. No, Ravens, Lions, Texans. And my Chris's this week is Ravens, Lions, Chiefs, Bills, Steelers. We both had the same top five, but we have Ravens and Chiefs reverse. I have the Chiefs number one, Lions two, Ravens three, Bills four, and Steelers five. So the only difference is we both have Lions two, Bills four, and the Steelers five, and reverse Chiefs and Ravens. What else? Our fantasy players for this week. I have Joe Mixon, and he has Neighbors. Good choice. I think these two can go off. Joe Mixon is the offense right now for Texans. Our Thursday night bets. I have the Rams first half money line, and my brother has the Rams plus 3. It could be 3.5 if you shop around, or it could be 2.5. And our bets for week 8 is I have the Steelers minus 6.5. He has the Buccaneers money line, and that's it. I'll be doing a World Series prediction show in just a little bit. Check that out. I'll drop that. That should be dropped by within an hour. There's no wrestling show this week. Shout out to my co-host and friend Daniel. His birthday today, so there's no show tomorrow. But me and Doug will be back on Saturday at 3:30 for the When Tunes Combine is Toon City, Volume 2, Mad Scientist. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And then Sunday for the Stabcast. This should be the last one before Halloween, so I don't know what they're doing, but that should be fun. Mindy and Daniel, and then the Bros Down. They did a show last Wednesday, so I don't know when they're gonna do next week, but they'll be back. Check that out. They dropped the show last night. Good show. They did a live show last night, so check that out on Bros Down and subscribe to all the channels. All the links will be in the description. And Money Eat out.